Are your tourists wasting time wandering your island instead of spending their money? Most players lose thousands because of poor layout and long travel times. Hello, Hogzilla here again, and in this guide I will show you how to trap visitors in high-profit entertainment loops while playing Tropico 6. We are turning your coastline into a literal gold mine today. If you like these kind of videos, press that like button. If you have any questions or your own tips, then leave a comment below so I can reply, and please subscribe to my channel. What is tourism? Tourism is the function that is opened up when you reach the Cold War's era, and as I've mentioned in many videos before, it is one of the most overpowered items in Tropico 6. People outside of your island will come to your island, stay in accommodations, and visit your entertainment buildings, putting down crazy amounts of money in the process. After a short while, your bank balance will skyrocket to an amount where money becomes irrelevant. The only reason you would not build tourism is if you're constantly being attacked from other nations or rebels, since if they attack, all tourists flee, leaving all those tourist buildings as giant expenses with no income coming in. How does tourism generally work? A tourist will come to your island via the tourist port or airport as long as there is some kind of hotel capacity for your tourists to stay at their required income level. Your tourists will then go from hotel to various entertainment buildings that meet their minimum wealth requirements, paying 6 times the normal fee when visiting. Tourists will stay on your island for a limited amount of time, usually 2 in-game years, so limiting their walking from place to place is essential. If you don't want your tourist areas to be flooded with normal island citizens paying their normal fee amounts, make sure that you are checking the tourist-only checkbox, so only the tourists get to go to those entertainment buildings and pay their 6 times the normal fee rate. What is the perfect layout you should be aiming for when building your tourist destination? The first thing you should do is plan how you want to lay out your hotels and entertainment buildings. I recommend building your tourist ports along the coast, followed by a couple rows of hotels, followed by a row of entertainment buildings, then a couple rows of hotels, followed by another row of entertainment buildings. Continue this process, so on and so on, rinse and repeat as space allows on the island. This allows places for your tourists to stay, but they're never too far away from those money-making entertainment places. Your goal should be to build as many places in as compact of a space as possible. Every square on your island is a money-making opportunity, so too many open spaces could mean you are leaving money on the table. The second thing to remember is to make sure you are building entertainment buildings that cover all the different types of tourists you can have on your island. This also includes child tourists, as their rating is also factored into your overall island tourist rating. For child tourists, you want to focus on things like the Funfair Pier, Arcade, Aqua Park, and Roller Coaster, just to name a few. For cultural tourists, they're going to want to go to the ancient ruins. Thrill-seeking and backpacking tourists will like places like the Snorkel Bay or the Botanical Gardens. Relaxation tourists will like places like the golf course. Also, make sure you are utilizing your shoreline and ocean for tourists like the Funfair Pier, Yacht Club, and Beach Resort. For the ocean, you can build a snorkel bay over fishing spots. For some reason, the snorkel bay seems to do really well profit-wise for a tourist area, so make sure if your tourist area is large enough that you're building a large number of snorkel bays. The third thing you should be doing to get the perfect tourist layout is building a transportation network. As I mentioned earlier, your tourists are on your island for a limited time, so being able to move them from place to place quickly to maximize the money you get from each tourist is key, else they will just slowly walk around. You can build a bus garage which allows you to move people from location A to location B in a bus. This is your average option, but it does work out well for fixed places that are out of the way, like ancient ruins, or if you need to move people from one island to another, where the islands are not connected together. The second option is the parking deck. This is another average option which allows tourists to drive cars from one parking deck to another, but keep in mind that they will still need to walk slowly before and after driving, and the parking garage will cause crime to appear in the area of the parking deck. The final option is the best option, that is building a series of metro stations. The metro station will allow your tourists to move from one metro station to another fairly quickly within the same island, plus they increase the housing and hotel quality ratings within the radius of that metro station. Keep in mind that the more metro stations you build, the slower the movement of the people using the metro stations when they go from one to another. I recommend building a metro station where the radiuses are just touching each other. Don't build them too close together, or else you're not getting the speed bonus you think. The fourth item to mention is to make sure you are building landings around the tourist areas of your island. If your tourists want to hop from island to island or go to the water buildings like the snorkel bay, the tourists will need a place to depart from via boat. They can use the tourist port or teamster ports, but for those buildings, they are usually far and few in between. So you might want to build landings at various spots around your island so that they have a short distance to travel to other islands or to other buildings like the snorkel bay. The fifth item is to make sure that you are researching tourist buildings to increase their capacity or income. Many buildings have the opportunity to make more money once you use the research screen to open up additional work modes. One of the most common ones to research is the tourist port, where you can use the luxury work mode to get higher wealth tourists. A couple other examples that I use is the casino, where then I can use the double or nothing work mode. And for the economy hotel, you can select the half room work mode, which will double the capacity of each economy hotel. There are actually many more, so I recommend looking at all the work modes, and if something is grayed out, see if you can research or use the upgrades to increase that income of the tourist building. The sixth item is to make sure that you enact edicts that can help your tourist rating, like the good old days, legalized substances, and cultural diversity. Each of these edicts will increase your overall tourist rating, keeping them happy and on your island, which will increase your profits from tourism. The seventh and final item to mention for a perfect tourist island layout will seem kinda odd, but it is important. That is making sure you have planned out where your workers' residence will be and the infrastructure buildings will be located. The key with this one is you want to build them out of the way so that they don't interfere with the tourist buildings, but you still want the workers close enough so that they can work at the hotels, they can work at the entertainment buildings. This is why if you have built a proper metro network, then Your citizens will be able to easily travel from their workplaces on the tourist island and then come back and do their housing, their church, their grocery, their entertainment, their medical buildings. The only buildings you may want to consider building amongst all the other tourist buildings is the police station, as you don't want any crime-creating buildings like the nightclub to drag down any of your happiness ratings amongst your citizens. You might also want to build a radio station so that you can keep your liberty rating high with all the workers that are working in the tourist buildings. That is all for this video. If you like these kind of videos, press that like button. If you have any questions or your own tips, then leave a comment below, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.